Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will discuss about the endocrine glands, the hormones at a glance. Here at first, adrenal gland. Its location, it is located at the top of each kidney, and adrenal gland can be divided into two parts. The outer part, which is known as adrenal cortex, it is outer part, and adrenal medulla, which is inner portion or inner part of the adrenal gland. So hormones secreted from adrenal cortex. So adrenal cortex secretes corticoids, and these corticoids can be divided into three parts, and these are mineralocorticoids, second glucocorticoids, and third one is adrenal, which is also known as sex corticoids. And in this way, these three types of corticoids are secreted from adrenal cortex. The functions of corticoids. Mineralocorticoids regulates minerals metabolism such as sodium and potassium ions. Glucocorticoids regulates glucose, fat and protein metabolism. And third one, which is known as adrenal corticoids, it regulates secondary sexual characters. Means in the presence of proper amount of adrenal corticoids in males and females, appearance of secondary sexual characters take place. Adrenal medulla, which is the inner portion of adrenal gland, it secretes adrenaline hormone, which is also known as emergency hormone. Emergency hormone, or it is also known as stress hormone. It prepares our body in emergency for fight or flight, and secondly, it stimulates sympathetic nervous system, which helps in regulation of activities in an emergency situation, or it prepares our body for violent action. That's why adrenaline is known as emergency hormone. Here hyposecretion. Hyposecretion means under secretion, less secretion of corticoids causes Addison's disease. So Addison's disease is caused due to insufficient amount of corticoids by adrenal cortex. Here hyposecretion. Hyposecretion of corticoids causes an abnormal condition known as Addison's disease, and hyposecretion or undersecretion of corticoids causes Addison's disease. The symptoms of Addison's disease are hypoglycemia, loss in weight, loss in energy, nausea, etc. And due to hypersecretion means oversecretion of corticoids causes Cushing syndrome. And the symptoms of Cushing syndrome is hyperglycemia, obesity, breathlessness, etc. Osteoporosis also. And when secretion of adrenaline hormone is more, then it causes adrenal virilism. It is a condition in which females show some masculine characters and males show some feminine characters. So appearance of beard, mustache, etc. in the women is caused due to adrenal virilism. Second gland, which is thyroid. Thyroid gland is attached to trachea just below larynx. So larynx, which is also known as voice box, and thyroid is located on either side of trachea just below the voice box or the larynx. It secretes two hormones. Number one, thyroxine. Thyroxine hormone is released from thyroid gland, and here it helps in basal metabolism. Basal metabolism means metabolism of proteins, fats and carbohydrates. And it also regulates growth and differentiation. Growth of the body and differentiation. Differentiation means here the different types of cells formed from the single one, which is known as the stem cell, and then it divides and redivides to form different types of cells and form tissues and organs in our body. Hyposecretion of thyroxine hormone causes simple goiter. Simple goiter is appeared in the form of swelling in the neck. Cretinism in childhood is caused due to under-secretion of thyroxine hormone. In cretinism, two most important symptoms can be seen, and these are dwarfism and mental retardation. So, dwarfism and mental retardation are the two symptoms of cretinism, which is caused when hyposecretion of thyroxine takes place in a child. And in adults, myxedema is caused. Myxedema, which is caused due to under-secretion of thyroxine in an adult, the symptoms are sluggishness, breathlessness, etc. And here also decreased rate of metabolism or decreased BMR. If hypersecretion or oversecretion of thyroxine is caused, then it causes exophthalmic goiter. Exophthalmic goiter is recognized by protruded eyes. Protruded means bulged eyes, and breathlessness, increased BMR, and sometimes simple goiter. The second hormone which is secreted from thyroid gland is calcitonin. So calcitonin helps in transfer of calcium ions from blood to bones so that ossification takes place. Because calcium ions are the most important ingredients of bones and teeth. Now the third one, pancreas, which is also known as mixed gland. Because pancreas acts as both endocrine as well as exocrine gland. As endocrine gland, pancreas secretes three different types of hormones. These are insulin, glucagon, somatostatin, and in the form of exocrine gland, it secretes pancreatic juice, which helps in digestion of food. So pancreas is called as mixed gland. It is located in upper abdominal cavity behind the stomach. Hormone secreted from pancreas. There are three types of cells present in the pancreas as endocrine part of the pancreas, and these are beta cells, alpha cells and delta cells. So beta cells, alpha cells and delta cells. Beta cells secrete insulin, and insulin checks blood sugar level. It checks blood sugar level or blood glucose level. And due to hyposecretion or undersecretion of insulin, diabetes mellitus can take place. Diabetes mellitus is also known as sugar diabetes, and it is the condition in which hyperglycemia, means high blood sugar level, take place, and also the urine is loaded with sugar. The person feels, means the diabetic person feels weakness and feels thirsty. So these are the major symptoms of diabetes mellitus. Hypersecretion or oversecretion of insulin causes diabetes insipidus, which is also known as water diabetes. Water diabetes. The symptoms of water diabetes are frequent urination, hypoglycemia, and the person feels thirsty, becomes weak. So these are important symptoms of diabetes insipidus or water diabetes, which is caused due to hypersecretion or oversecretion of insulin from beta cells. Now the second type of hormone which is secreted from the alpha cells is the glucagon. So glucagon helps in increasing blood sugar level because it helps in conversion of glycogen into glucose, which is used by the various cells in the body. So it helps in increasing blood sugar level. And third hormone, which is secreted from delta cells of islets of Langerhans, and it is somatostatin. Somatostatin inhibits insulin and glucagon secretions. It helps in regulating the secretion of insulin and glucagon from beta cells and alpha cells. Now fourth one, which is pituitary gland. It is also known as master gland because it secretes different types of stimulating as well as tropic hormones which help in regulation of activities of different types of endocrine glands. That's why it is known as master gland. Location. Pituitary gland is attached with hypothalamus at the base of midbrain. It is 0.5 gram in weight, and the symptoms of Addison's disease are its size is about a small p. It is divided into three lobes. These are anterior lobe, posterior lobe, and one intermediate lobe. Intermediate lobe is insignificant in human being. It is underdeveloped in human being. So in human being, only two, posterior lobe of pituitary and anterior lobe of pituitary are important, and they secrete different types of hormones. So at first, posterior lobe. Posterior lobe of pituitary secretes only two hormones. These are ADH, means antidiuretic hormone, and it is also known as vasopressin. So vasopressin helps in rise in blood pressure, mostly in the glomerulus, so that ultrafiltration of blood takes place during urine formation in the kidneys. And second, it regulates urine formation by regulating absorption of water in the renal tubule. Hyposecretion of ADH causes diabetes insipidus, whereas hypersecretion of ADH causes increased blood pressure. So it is related with blood pressure. Second hormone, which is secreted from posterior lobe of pituitary is the oxytocin. Oxytocin helps in contraction of uterine muscle during childbirth. So at the time of parturition, it helps in vigorous contraction in the wall of uterine so that it pushes fetus outside of the uterus, and it is known as childbirth or micturition. In this way, we have studied about adrenal, thyroid, pancreas and pituitary, means posterior lobe of pituitary, and their location, functions, disorders caused due to hyposecretion and hypersecretion of these hormones. Now we are discussing about the hormone secreted from anterior lobe of pituitary. Now anterior lobe of pituitary secretes these 6 hormones. First, GH means growth hormone, which is also known as somatotropin, and it regulates body growth. Hyposecretion of growth hormone in childhood causes dwarfism. Dwarfism is a condition in which the child or the person is fully developed mentally, but physically his or her size is very small, means underdeveloped. The hypersecretion of growth hormone in childhood causes gigantism. It is a condition in which long bones increase in their size and the height of the person may be 2.7 meter. That's why it is known as gigantism, means giant sized body. And acromegaly is caused due to hypersecretion in adulthood. During this condition, the bones of face as well as jaw bones and bones of hands and legs increase in their size. Now the second hormone which is secreted from anterior lobe of pituitary is the ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. It regulates functioning of adrenal cortex so that corticoids or cortisone hormones are secreted in their sufficient amount. The third hormone is the TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. It stimulates thyroid gland for the secretion of thyroxine. Number 4, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. It helps in growth of Graafian follicles and estrogen secretion in females. And also it helps in spermatogenesis in males. Spermatogenesis means the process of formation of sperms in the seminiferous tubules inside the testis. Number 5, LH, which is known as luteinizing hormone. It regulates ovulation. Ovulation is the process in which matured egg from Graafian follicles are released at 13th or 14th day of menstrual cycle. And secretion of progesterone, which is a female reproductive hormone, and maintenance of corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is the condensed yellow mass after condensation or after ovulation. And PRL or prolactin, which is the 6th hormone secreted from growth hormone, and it promotes lactation. Lactation means secretion and ejection or release of milk after childbirth in women. So in this way, these are different types of hormones secreted from anterior lobe of pituitary. So in this lecture we have discussed about hormones secreted from endocrine glands in our body and their functions and disorders caused due to their hyposecretion and hypersecretion. Pituitary gland secretes these tropic or stimulating hormones, and it helps in regulating activities of various endocrine glands in our body. That's why it is known as master gland, and it is also regulated by, means the functioning of pituitary gland is regulated by the part of brain which is known as hypothalamus by releasing hormone as well as inhibiting hormone, and therefore we can say hypothalamus as master of master glands. Thank you.